Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for joining us here on 10 TV Plus. I'm meteorologist Aaron White here for a live edition of our 10 Weather Impact Show as we are talking about showers and storms this afternoon and going to be seeing a lot of activity on the radar here for really the next couple of hours. And there is potential that we could see a couple of stronger thunderstorms and some heavier downpours, some gusty winds. That's going to be the primary threat here for this afternoon. So as you're joining us here on 10 TV Plus, if you have any questions about anything that's going to be happening here today, you can just send us a text message. Going to be reading the questions here off of our computer to 614. Text them to 614-460-3345. And we'll be answering them here as we go through this Weather Impact Show. But let's dive into everything that we have happening here already today. Here's a live picture of our downtown camera looking towards the east, and we have some darker clouds out there. We have a few showers and storms in the metro. A lot of the heavier activity, the stronger activity right now, is focused to the south of the Columbus metro, but it's still early. It's only 2 o'clock, and we're going to have more time for some of these storms to develop. And like I mentioned, the main concern is going to be for some gustier winds and some heavy downpours. But hey, it's warm enough out there for storms. We got 85 degrees. We got the humidity as well. Dew point temperatures are up in the 70s, so it's making it feel like it's in the upper 80s and lower 90s, and that's just leading to these showers and storms developing. So just be alert of what's happening here today as we are tracking some more storms through this evening. And here's a live picture of the radar showing where we have most of the activity, and it's been near and south of Interstate 70, but it is starting to move into the metro here, into at least the South Metro right now. More storm activity to the south and west near London. A little bit stronger cell there around Circleville, and that's been producing a lot of heavier rainfall. Notice there's a lot of lightning with these showers and storms as well, and some of them, again, here in the South Metro are starting to get a little stronger. Nothing severe, right, at least at this time, but there is a potential that a couple of these storms could get strong enough that they would produce those severe wind gusts. It's not a high likelihood, but it is something we're going to be watching here through the course of this evening. Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz will be in here shortly, and he'll be watching the storms as well as we track what's going to be happening on the radar picture. But right now we got some heavier downpours there moving into Circleville. Right now just to the west, but it's going to be in Circleville probably at least in the next 5 minutes. Some heavier rainfall, high likelihood, maybe some gusty winds up to 30-40 miles per hour. Nothing too significant, but with that rain, you'll likely see the wind pick up just a little bit more. In addition to quite a bit of lightning with those thunderstorms developing again near and south of the Columbus metro. We got another complex of storms well to the north and west up there around just east of Toledo there on the interstate, moving towards Cleveland on I-80. And we're going to be watching some of these storms moving in to the north and west, at least some of these developing ones here as well, building in through the course of this afternoon. And there is one lone severe thunderstorm warning just below the banner there. So like I said, the potential is there that a couple storms could get strong enough, and that's why we have a lower end potential. This is about as low as it gets for severe weather. This is level 1 out of 5. So we're talking about the chance for some of the storms that if they get strong enough, they would produce those winds gusting up to about 60 miles per hour, but not expecting widespread severe weather, but we are seeing at least some widespread shower and storm development. So heavy downpours going to be a bigger concern than those higher wind gusts. So as we time this out on the hour-by-hour forecast, we're going to see that development continue through 4 p.m. Even here by 6 o'clock, we still got some showers and storms on the radar picture, but after that, as we get closer to sunset, things really start to wind down, and not really expecting much for activity here tonight. Looking at generally quiet conditions. A couple showers could develop here as we get into tomorrow morning. That's our chance for tomorrow. As we head into the afternoon, things are looking much better. We'll actually get some sunshine, so your Tuesday should actually be mostly dry. But as we talk about today and the showers and storms that are developing, they are going to be not moving very quickly. They're not going to be super slow, but they will be able to produce some heavier downpours, and that could lead to some rainfall amounts over an inch. Now, this is not going to be for everyone. Only some locations if we get those heavier storms. and another one moves over that same location, such as, say, Circleville, that's about to get some heavy rainfall right now. If there's another storm that moves in to Circleville this afternoon, well, we could be talking about rainfall amounts closer to an inch. And that's what one of our computer models is showing, 1.1 inches for Circleville. But other areas, other locations, notice Marysville, this model showing not much at all. So not everyone's going to see the rain, but those that do, those that get the storms, could pick up some heavier rainfall amounts. And we're not done with the rainfall today. We are still tracking more chances here in the extended forecast. But as mentioned, tomorrow, a bit better, 20% chance for a couple showers in the morning. And then as we go into Wednesday and Thursday, we're seeing those chances increase. And even by the weekend, I know, unfortunate for the weekend, but we are talking about more chances of rainfall here as we head into our Saturday, and that could linger even into Sunday. Now, not saying the weekend's going to be a total washout, so don't cancel any plans that you have right now, but still just something to think about as you are maybe making some of those plans as we get into Saturday and Sunday. But our forecast for the rest of today, we'll see a high near 88 degrees. We are close to that right now because once the storms develop and move through, they're going to cool things down and we'll dip back into the 70s later on this afternoon. But here's a look at our 7-day forecast as we are talking about temperatures again in the upper 80s here for today. 87 for a high here tomorrow. And then we're going to start to cool down just a little bit as we continue through the 7-day forecast. We have temperatures at around 86 degrees here as we look ahead to our Wednesday, 85 degrees on Thursday, and then temperatures are going to start to rebound as we get closer to the weekend. The other thing to note is that humidity will start to creep back up a little bit more as we get into our Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But we are at least going to see a dip in that humidity level as we go into the day tomorrow. So main focus right now, of course, is going to be on the showers and storms that we have happening here now through at least 7 p.m. Things will start to taper off after then. So if you have plans late this evening into the early part of tonight, it should be better. We just got the rain here, at least for the time being. So again, as mentioned, if you're joining us here on 10 TV Plus, as we're talking about the storms developing, if you have a question, you can text the number that you see there at the bottom of your screen, 614-460-3345. If you're watching us on Facebook Live, just drop a question in the comments section and we'll be going through that here as well, as we are talking about just a little bit more activity here happening today after what was a quiet but rather toasty holiday weekend. You know, it's nice for the 3rd with Red, White, and Boom that happened downtown. That was things were quiet for that. The 4th was quiet. We had a lot of sunshine. We had a lot of heat though through the weekend as we got up to 90 degrees on Saturday and Sunday. The 90s are gone, and now it's just being replaced with the warm temperatures, the storm chances, and of course that humidity. So going to be diving into that. But what we're also been tracking here over the course of the last several days is what's been happening in the state of Texas. So happening today, and we're actually getting an update on this from Texas officials on the devastating flash flooding that occurred over the weekend. And authorities say at least 82 people have died from the floodwaters and dozens more are still missing here today. And data from the National Weather Service shows just extreme rain that caused the Guadalupe River to swell more than 20, even as high as 30 feet in less than an hour early Friday. Among the missing are nearly a dozen children and a counselor from an all-girls Camp Mystic.
There's nothing short of horrific to see what those young children went through, and we will remain 100% dedicated, searching for every single one of the children.
And yeah, just very devastating that's been happening here for several days in Texas. Again, torrential rainfall that fell over many locations, leading to those river levels rising, and even more rain that's been falling over the weekend. And unfortunately, there's still more rain happening even here today. So as we look at some of the radar estimates from some of the rainfall that has occurred here, this is the last 4 days of rain. And notice right there in the center of your screen, you'll see a lot of yellow, and the yellow itself indicating rainfall amounts of over 8 inches. And even inside of that, we're talking about some rainfall estimates of over a foot of rainfall in the last 4 days. And again, it's just been occurring over some of the same locations, and they're still getting even some rainfall here today. So I want to take a look at just this a little bit closer here because again, this has just been so devastating for the state of Texas, and even other areas still seeing some flooding over into parts of North Carolina. But here right to the northwest of Austin, notice some of the darker colors there. And again, right here, this is the area around where the Guadalupe River is. And notice when I click on some of these numbers here, and this may not be exactly how much rainfall fell, but this is what the radar is estimating. But we saw some numbers of at least a foot of rainfall, but radar estimates getting up closer to 20 inches of rain in the last 4 days, again, just causing so many problems here. And there are even still today, right now, there are flood watches in effect that include the San Antonio Metro, Austin, and again, some of the areas that have been just devastated by all the flood waters. And those areas actually still under flood warnings for this brighter green here, some of the rivers there under flood warnings as additional rainfall. Even again, like I said, right now, this is the radar loop over just the past 6 hours showing more rain a little bit further to the north. But notice even back here, we're still getting some heavier rainfall. And there is potential that rainfall amounts could total another 1 to upwards of 4 inches here in the next several days. So just unfortunate for what's been happening there again across the state of Texas here today. And conditions will again be improving eventually, but just a lot of things that are happening here right now. So let's go ahead and I'm going to switch this back over to one of our other graphics. So here's a look at, this is actually a time lapse from our tower camera here just from today. We saw some quiet conditions here earlier today. It actually warmed up pretty quickly once the sun came up. We had some clouds out there, and then temperatures rose well into the 80s here, but then you'll notice we got more clouds developing, and now of course we have those scattered showers and storms that are currently rolling through the area. So here's a look at our camera right now. We are again seeing some showers nearby downtown. Temperatures are still in the 80s, but they are going to be starting to cool off here. Again, 84 degrees with showers and storms in the metro. It's going to cool off. We'll likely be in the 70s here by next hour as we get some more rain moving through the metro. Winds are west at 10 miles per hour. And the main thing that we have been talking about again for today is going to be those showers and storms here for the next several hours. So just be aware of that. Just make sure you have your phone on hand in case there is any severe weather. The likelihood of that is low. It's not zero. So just be advised that we could see a couple storms get strong enough. They would produce severe wind gusts. We're not really talking about a high potential for hail. We're not talking about a high potential for tornadoes, but a couple storms could produce those winds gusting up to 50 to 60 miles per hour. And even if that doesn't happen, what we're going to be focused on is the heavy rainfall. So that could lead to some ponding on the roadways, some minor street flooding, and we'll have to watch if we see some storms moving rather slowly and over the same locations. Then we might just start being concerned about a flash flooding situation. That would be the greater threat that we have here for today. It's similar to what we've had happen in the last, really couple of weeks when we've had these storms developing. They move slow enough, they put down a lot of rainfall, and then we get a couple flash flood warnings. So we'll be watching that here through the course of the next several hours. If it does happen, of course, we will let you know here on 10 TV Plus. And then, of course, later on during our 4, 5, and 6 o'clock show that Chief Meteorologist Jerry Marks will be in for to track these storms here in full detail as we have still a lot of activity happening here today. But as mentioned earlier on, we were tracking that cell moving into Circleville and now right over town with very heavy rainfall. We got, the radar showing some orange and even some red showing up there, indicating that heavy rainfall right over the city of Circleville. That's going to clear out here in the next 10 to 15 minutes. There's also a lot of thunder and lightning with that storm. That's moving through. Again, we still have a lot more development happening even back to the west. This is all because of a frontal boundary that's moving in. So as that frontal boundary is interacting with the warm air, the humidity that we have here today, that's leading to these showers and storms developing really across the state of Ohio. And a bit scattered, but still notice that we went from a few hours ago to not a lot happening. We had sunshine, and now we have a lot more activity on the radar picture, and that's what we're going to be, again, focused on here for the next several hours. So severe weather threat today, pretty low. Not tracking a high potential for severe weather, but it is something we'll have to keep an eye on here for at least the next few hours. So here's a look at that hour-by-hour forecast as we continue through 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. Still tracking some activity, not going to see a lot of activity as we get towards the 6, 7, 8 o'clock hour. Things are going to start to wind down a bit more. But what we do have to keep an eye out for is, again, with those storms, that they could be producing some heavier rainfall. And if we get storms moving over some of the same locations that have already had some rain, then we're going to be talking about that chance for some minor flash flooding. Rainfall amounts could easily exceed 1 inch if we see some of those heavier storms moving over some of those same locations. So while you see this here on the map, the expected rainfall, this is not going to be an exact estimate because, again, storms can move over in different locations. We might see some areas getting 1/4 of an inch of rainfall, but if you have a thunderstorm in your location and you get another thunderstorm, wouldn't be surprised to see at least 1 inch of rainfall for that location. And it's not just going to be today, it's going to be the chances of rain going through the extended forecast here as we look ahead to really especially the end of the week into the weekend. But for today, 88 degrees for a high temperature. Scattered storms are in the forecast. And then as we look ahead to the next 7 days here, you can see basically there's a chance every day. Now, I don't want you to think that, oh, we're going to get rain the entire week. Well, it's not going to really be like that. Tomorrow, we have the chance. That's going to be a very low chance for a couple showers here in the morning hours, but most of your Tuesday should actually stay dry. We'll actually get some sunshine here for the afternoon. Wednesday, chances go up. Thursday, chances go up even higher. And again, those chances will continue on into the weekend. So as we talk about that, again, I wanted to answer some of your questions here. So we have one question asking what the weather is going to look like throughout the rest of the week. So as you can see there from the forecast, there's a chance every day. Like I said, tomorrow, not great. Tomorrow morning would be the best chance for a couple showers, but the afternoon really looking better. So not a great chance for rain, but a better day overall as we get some sunshine here for your Tuesday afternoon. So if you have plans tomorrow afternoon and evening, nothing to worry about. But chances go up Wednesday, chances go up Thursday, Friday into the weekend. But I also want to mention, though, the weekend forecast, it's not looking like it's going to be a washout. It's probably going to be something similar to what we have here today, where we have this scattered activity leading to some showers and storms, but it's not going to be like it's not going to rain all day. So don't cancel your plans. If you're making some plans right now, keep doing that. But just note that we have a chance for rain here Saturday and Sunday. So just factor that in to whatever plans you're making, that if you want to be doing some stuff outside, maybe think about an option for something that you could do inside in case we get some more of that active weather. So also got Troy from Marion asking if there's going to be a tornado possibility. Don't really think the tornado chances they're not really that high, honestly. The chances are low. What we're really focused in on here for today is going to be the potential for gusty winds up to 60 miles per hour and the heavy rainfall. And honestly, I think the heavy rainfall threat is even higher than the potential for wind. Now, that's talking about severe wind gusts. We're still likely going to get winds up to 30, 40 miles per hour with some of the storms, but not all of them are going to do that, and not every storm is going to become severe. The severe chances are pretty low here for today. Now, that's not to say that we couldn't see a situation that we had, in the last week or so, where we had just, a couple storms kind of interacting together. And if we can actually, let me go ahead and switch back to the radar picture just to give you a little bit better representation of this. But sometimes you can get storms that kind of interact with each other, and you get one storm that pushes wind in one direction, another storm pushes wind in another direction, and that could lead to a chance for maybe a funnel cloud, but even the chances of that are pretty low here today. So I wouldn't worry too much about the chances for that funnel cloud or even a tornado developing. It would just be more focused in on that potential for the rain and for the wind here as we continue through today. So again, if you have any questions here as we continue to talk about the forecast here today with the showers and storms, you can text the number, just text 614-460-3345. You can see the number there right at the bottom of your screen. If you have a question about the storms here today or just about the general weather forecast for the rest of the week, feel free to drop it in there, text the number, and it's going to pop up right here on our laptop, right here in the Weather Center, and I'll get that question answered here for you as we continue to track these showers and storms. But let's go ahead and dive into the radar one more time as we have just a bit more of an active radar picture here across central Ohio. Numerous showers and storms are developing there, moving through areas again around Circleville where we have a bit more of the activity. And you'll notice there you can see our camera looking towards downtown and pretty cloudy, at least right now. There is some rain around, some light rain moving through downtown here at the moment. And that's what we're going to be tracking here for at least the next short while in downtown. Some areas are seeing some heavier activity in the southeast metro and a few other areas. Now, a new update from the National Weather Service, and they're tracking that one storm that we were focused in on, northwestern Fairfield County and southwestern Licking counties through 2:45. They're talking about a stronger thunderstorm that could be producing some wind gusts up to about 45 miles per hour. So again, it's not severe, but still getting a little bit stronger. That we're talking about potential for some higher wind gusts there with that cell. So these all these storms, really, not even just that one, but even the storms further to the south, they're starting to get a bit stronger now that we're heading towards the getting closer to about 2:30. So we're kind of in that prime time. We got the heating of the day, we got all the humidity around, and the storms are just getting their act together, if you want to say that, where they're becoming stronger, they're producing heavy rainfall, and they're also producing that potential for some gustier winds. So this is what we're looking at now. This is a different product from the radar. This is a measurement of the winds in different directions. So normally we'll look at this for looking for rotation when we talk about tornadoes, but we also look at this for any potential higher wind speeds. And right now, seeing at least a potential for some higher wind speeds there around the Circleville, at least just east of Circleville right now. They're not high. Again, we're looking at 20 to 30 miles per hour with that activity, but then maybe a little bit stronger with that one storm that we were watching there. Again, that's affecting northwestern Fairfield, northeastern Franklin counties as well, and areas in southwestern Licking County. So just right here, there's just a big cluster of storms, and these are also going to be producing that potential for winds up to 45 miles per hour, in addition to the heavy rainfall. So we're also watching the other cell, again, that one that we talked about here earlier on. It was moving into Circleville. It was right over Circleville. Now it's starting to leave the area. Still some light to moderate rainfall. The heaviest activity moving towards Clear Creek. Actually, some of these areas that had torrential rainfall last week. We dealt with the flooding situation back last week, Wednesday, and some of these areas are now seeing more rain again. So that's the other concern. It's not just about how much rainfall actually falls. It's the other thing is that a lot of these areas are still saturated from all the rain that we had just in the last couple of weeks. So the ground, it has a lot of moisture in it, and so when more rain falls, the ground can't absorb it, it can't soak in, so it runs off into the streets, it runs off into the nearby creeks, streams, and rivers, and then they'll start to rise a little bit, especially if we get more rain over the same locations and even over several days, and that could become a concern here for that potential for some more flooding here as we get into this afternoon. If we get some more heavier downpours, then of course later on in the week as we have more rain chances here through the extended forecast. So we're watching that here for today. And again, let me get to a look at the 7-day forecast here one more time before we wrap things up. And again, we're going to have more updates on the storms as we continue through the rest of this afternoon. If we have any severe weather happening, we will of course break back into 10 TV Plus with any severe weather that is happening here for today. But as I mentioned, the 7-day forecast, things are still looking active as we got some more storm chances here for the rest of the week and into the weekend. But as mentioned, it's not going to be an all-day thing, so don't cancel any of your plans. And actually tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, still looking a bit better. We got more sunshine in the forecast, so a little brighter than today, but again, we will eventually be tracking some more showers and storms in the forecast. So that'll do it for us here for now. Again, if we have any more severe weather this afternoon, we of course will be back on here for 10 TV Plus. Otherwise, you can catch the latest weather updates here on 10 TV Plus and 10 TV from Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz at 4, 5, and 6.